Sneeze with James Whittingham is brought to you by Vagina Sparkle. Vagina Sparkle. So squeaky fresh, you'll see yourself in your vagina. Now with moisturizers made from recycled Dr. Pepper and toothpaste. Get sparkling today.
If you experience a clitoral erection lasting more than 4 hours, see your doctor, socially, or try Thicket of JD Vance at a cat cafe. Not for sale in Saudi Arabia or Alabama.
See myself in your vagina.
Sneeze with James Whittingham.
Did you get lost? Why are you here? The internet is a vast and expensive place with lots of U-turns and Ys, forks in the road, and yet you ended up here. Why? What brought you here? Was it curiosity? You know what happened to curiosity? It killed the cat. It's killed other things too. Rats. Rats are often killed by curiosity. Are you a rat? I don't care, as long as you show up in my statistics. Anyway, here we are. Hey, Pepe, how are you today?
Oh, I'm good, James. Just hanging out. Anything weird happened to you today?
No, nothing weird, but something did happen a couple nights ago. A car blew up in my neighborhood. And, you know, as a guy with a film background, it's always kind of like, well, cars really don't blow up. You just kind of go poof. Well, this one really blew up. And it wasn't a terrorist act. It was just somebody, a 14-year-old kid, set a car on fire at a parking lot that is in a dark park.
Whoa, that's wild. It's like something out of an action movie. I didn't think cars could actually explode like that either.
No, the whole neighborhood woke up. The whole stinking neighborhood woke up. Not me, because I sleep like a rock now. But it's off on one end of the neighborhood, and there's a refinery there, so people thought it was a refinery, but it was a car. It says dark parking lot, like there's no lights there. So it's really kind of eerie that you would go there. People, I think that someone parked their car there for a sexual rendezvous. This is something that happens when you cheat on your spouse. You meet up in a dark place when no one will find your car. And I thought, okay, it was a spouse doing this. It wasn't. It was a 14-year-old kid. Although sometimes 14-year-old kids turn on their parents for cheating. I've seen it happen in my own family.
Do you think the kid just picked that spot because it's so hidden?
I don't know. You know, I mean, there's different reasons for blowing up a car. You do it to make a neat TikTok video.
Do you think anyone will ever figure out why he did it?
No. It's a 14-year-old kid. Likes to set things on fire. Probably going to become a serial killer. So this is like a start. So we'll have that fame for our neighborhood that he started here.
Sounds like the beginning of one of those crime documentaries. It all started with a car in a dark parking lot.
And moved to homicide.
Your neighborhood will definitely have a story to tell.
Yeah, with dead people everywhere. Could be me. I could be walking down the street dead one day. Let's hope that doesn't happen, okay?
That's a pretty grim thought, James.
I'm full of them, Pepe.
If you ever do become a ghost, at least you could still host the podcast, right? Live from beyond at Sneeze.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I'd probably have interesting ratings if I was a ghost, you know, the death of James Whittingham, and yet his podcast continues. How is that happening? But, you know, I have to get the insurance money. It's my top priority. It's money.
You'd have a whole mystery vibe going. Is he really gone, or is this just the most committed podcast ever?
This is from my local neighborhood. It says, woke us up too, shook the whole house. And here's a video of it. I don't know what you hear there.
Oh, cool. Let me see. How's the video look?
Geez, there's a lot of noise at 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning.
In the dead of night. Did the video show the car actually exploding?
No.
Or just the aftermath?
Just the aftermath. I mean, nobody was there to, maybe the kid taped it. I should scour social media. So, you know, in Regina here where I live, there's this bin company, this garbage bin company that took up, it's like the number one news source now is their Twitter and Facebook feeds because Facebook banned news. So now they are the number one, you know, story, and they're racist and they're anti-poverty people. They're scum sucking, and everyone who watches them are trash, in my opinion.
That's a strange turn of events. Garbage bins becoming the top news source.
It is strange.
Do you think people are following them just for the drama?
I think there's horrible human instincts involved, why we slow down at accident scenes. This is basically an accident scene. They show people aftermaths of suicides and things like that. They're just disgusting. They have no ethics. Half of what you do with journalism is ethics. These people are just putting whatever. What salacious is like end times. It's like, the apocalypse. People are becoming their worst selves because of this.
It's like they're feeding off people's worst impulses for clicks and views. Do you think there's a way to counteract this?
I think you just have to shame them. Just tell them how they're trash. They're following this trash company, which is literally a trash company, and tell them they're trash. So this is some of the other stories. Speaking of trash, here's my neighborhood Facebook page. There's a missing cat named Tuna. So name your cat after your food that it eats. So I named my dog Vomit.
Or your parrot Popcorn.
Does parrots eat popcorn? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Some parrots enjoy popcorn as a treat. Just make sure it's plain and not too salty or buttery.
Popcorn, eh? I thought they'd choke on that stuff.
They should be fine. Just avoid any extra seasoning.
So somebody's got some extra crab apples on their tree. They're trying to get rid of them. When I was a kid, the kids would just take the crab apples and throw them at each other. That's how society functioned. And it functioned fairly well, I might say.
It's like nature's version of dodgeball. Do you think kids today would still enjoy that kind of game?
Yeah, they just have more decency nowadays. I don't think they would take food and throw it. And, old Mr. Crabapple is going to get mad if you take his crab apples. So, yeah, well, they were when I was a kid, too. Somebody just saw a big white dog in their yard and by the church. It ran across the street in front of traffic. It looks like it was a part husky. So that's something to keep on the outlook for.
Huskies are known for being pretty adventurous.
A kid's bike was found. I feel sad for the kid. You just dump your bike and just walk home. So I'm done with this for now. I'm just going to leave it. It'll be there when I need it again. You're not thinking, kid. I try to instill different things. Somebody found a bank card, Pepe. To whoever drives the white Mercedes SUV and honked and ran at my kid scooting off the side of the road this evening, why? Why, I ask, says the post. Somebody asked if it's worthwhile putting up a hummingbird feeder. The answer is no, it's not.
Why not?
You need hummingbirds, Pepe. You need hummingbirds.
Maybe it's a matter of personal preference or location.
Oh, there's a garage sale. That looks interesting. Weather permitting. Snowflakes.
Garage sales can be a treasure trove. Are you thinking of checking it out?
Nah, I got a house full of garage sale material I can't get rid of already. Somebody found a backpack while walking their dog. That could be a bomb threat to the neighborhood. You don't mess with backpacks that are abandoned.
Hopefully the authorities can check it out and make sure everything's safe.
Someone's looking for someone to live in their house over the winter. Free rent, but would need to shovel the sidewalks and look after our cat. They're abandoning their cat for a winter vacation. I should send my daughter over there.
Especially with free rent.
Someone has a double bed frame for an immigrant family and a 1950s dresser spelled wrong.
That's a thoughtful gesture. It's nice to see people helping out others who might need it. Do you think it's a common thing in your neighborhood or more of a rare find?
Oh, it's rare. Has anyone been experiencing more nasal congestion this year than usual? That's my favorite post. Somebody posted this to the neighborhood Facebook page, and someone says, yes, a lot. A lot of pollen in the air and high winds, someone commented. Has anyone else experienced rapid diarrhea?
Have you been dealing with more congestion yourself?
No.
Cars blowing up, waking everyone up. This is my neighborhood. Did you hear that? Yes, I did. It knocked off my lid. Did you name your cat after food? Yes, I did. Are you a force for good? I've got an immigrant bed. Uplands is my neighborhood. Boom goes the car. Wow, that wasn't far. Honking at your kids driving a white Mercedes-Benz. They fled and left their bike. I love honking at tykes. Uplands, that's my neighborhood. Are you going to the dump? I've got crap too. Have you been congested. I've been congested too. Uplands. Cars blowing up, helping each other out. Boom in the night, babysit my cat, get a free house. Uplands.
Ben Schubert got lost on the way to a bakery 2 years ago and has never returned. He's safe, but has given up on finding his way home. He now lives in the garden shed of a retired postman.
I was heading to get cupcakes for the people at my work, who have birthdays in August, because, whatever, they have birthdays and I have to it's my turn to get the cupcakes. Yeah, I hate doing that. Anyway, I got lost. And when I left the cupcake store, I couldn't find my way home. The first 2 nights I survived on the cupcakes, of course. Then things got difficult.
Mr. Schubert's wife, Nancy.
I guess he must have got lost. It's happened before, we all get lost, but this time he never came home, I guess. Whatever.
Did you call the police?
No. Fuck. Oh, for Ben. No, he's an adult.
Mr. Schubert, age 47, struggled in the streets as he was lost.
I had cupcake icing all over my hands. It's one of those little details you remember, stickiness, the smell of icing all the time. People give me handouts. Like if they had a bag of McDonald's, they'd reach in, they'd grab a pie, give it to me. I guess they wouldn't have the pie, but I would. Well, good for me. More sugar. Sometimes a fillet of fish, which I honestly don't care for. But I was lost, and I needed food.
Jack Hilgeroy lives a half block from the bakery Mr. Schubert got lost at. He found Mr. Schubert in his garden shed.
I find him naked in the shed one morning. My cat was licking icing off his feet and Mr. Schubert was giggling away. I let him shower with the garden hose and a bar of hotel soap the wife collects. I took him to the bakery to see if we could figure out his way home. The owner of the bakery took pity and gives Ben leftovers each night, so that's how he survives. I don't feed him. I'm not gonna feed him, but he can live in my shed.
He eats only bakery?
Yes. A variety, though. It's dried up because I guess he's used to it. And it gets on fine. Once a week I give him a multivitamin, a copy of the New York Post to read. He usually masturbates to it.
I'm getting along fine. I made clothes out of the vines over there. I, took some of them and wove them into clothing. Around the neighborhood, too, I collect things, flowers. Vines mostly vines. And I do get bored sometime, but I'm really in touch with nature now, things are different. The woodland creatures, they all know me. We practically talk. I won't say we talk because that would make me look crazy, but we do communicate. They're my family now, and I love them.
Mrs. Schubert isn't too concerned about her missing husband.
Men are good at finding their way home eventually. They have good instincts that way. They won't ask for directions, but ultimately, I think he'll find his way home. When he tires of bakery, he'll probably make his way home. I got good cooking here. We're having potatoes tonight, boiled potatoes.
And now a song James wrote about this ridiculous story.
Get in the shed, had licking my feet. Got me a new life, different than before. Don't miss my wife, she doesn't miss me. It's a new kind of life, happy to be free. Definitely different, no toilet to use, no way to bathe, no need for shoes. Cat licking my feet, naked in the shed, cupcakes to eat, naked in the shed, naked in the shed.
This is real moments from James's life.
One time in university, James came home with diarrhea and didn't quite make it to the toilet. He sprayed the wall diarrhea brown. There was no way to clean everywhere. Not behind the toilet where it was against the wall. 20 years later, a plumber put in a new toilet and the diarrhea hell was exposed. It was still there. Petrified. Petrified poo all those decades later. This has been Real Moments in James's life.
Diarrhea, diarrhea, open liquid form. Radiant cold. Diarrhea, 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 diarrhea. Bomb going off, squeeze tight, don't call. Diarrhea, diarrhea, gotta get home and let it all go. Let it all go. Hold it tight, don't call. Diarrhea, diarrhea, don't shit your pants. Hold it tight, concentrate. Diarrhea, diarrhea, yeah. Brown lava erupting out my ass. Diarrhea, perpetuated by gas. Nothing you can do, body sass no more. Noises you don't wanna hear, run for the door. Diarrhea, diarrhea, started with a smear, then the explosion all over the mirror. Diarrhea, diarrhea, shit's supposed to be solid. Brown sickness, no thickness. Diarrhea, diarrheas and corners. Diarrhea, it's supposed to be solid. 20 years later, a plumber put in a new toilet. It was still brown in places you can't get to. Diarrhea, diarrhea, 20-year-old poop, still brown all around. Shit's supposed to be solid. Shit's supposed to be solid. Diarrhea for the ages. Diarrhea for the ages.
Here's an interesting fact. It's possible to faint or die from pooping too hard. It's a rare condition called defecation syncope, or something like that. In Canada, it accounts for almost 1% of emergency room visits, believe it or not, because people faint on the toilet. Yes. Again with the poop, James. Why? Why does everything have to be poop or semen or piss? My God, I'm sick of it. I tell you, I'm sick of it. Why do you do this? It's just disgusting. I refuse to take part in this. Fuck you, James Whittingham. Fuck you. Fuck everyone. Fuck it. I'm out of here.
Defecation syncope, pushing too hard, losing consciousness, falling to the floor, dying with your pants down, maybe a turd sticking out a bit, then you are found. It's not dignified. It's hard to be human. It's hard to be human. It's hard to be human. Syncope.
All right, Pepe, let's spin the sneeze wheel and see what happens.
All right, let's give it a spin.
It's landed on fecal. So when it lands on fecal, what I do is I do a Google News search for fecal, then we discuss the best fecal story of the week.
Sounds like an interesting challenge. Let's see what the latest fecal news has to offer. What's the most intriguing story you found?
This is from the New York Post. An online influencer's poop face mask alarms doctors. People are getting into putting poop on their face.
It's surprising what some people will try for beauty or attention.
That's true.
What's the scoop on this poop face
mask? Oh my freaking God, this is disgusting. She is literally putting poop on her face because views?
I can't even imagine how that's supposed to be beneficial. It sounds like a gimmick gone wrong. What's the supposed benefit, or is it just for shock
Brazilian
value?
model Deborah Pixa something or other has been ripped by medics over bizarre skincare routine that involves caking her face and her own poop. She's put a clothespin on her nose so she doesn't have to smell it. Oh, man. She's never going to get a date again. She's 31.
That's pretty extreme and definitely a risky move for skincare.
Well, before she went that far, she put period blood on her skin. Then she said, well, what else can I do? Feces? I'll get into feces now. She flaunts her glowing face for the camera at the end.
How do they explain the supposed benefits of this unusual skincare method?
They don't. She just says, hey, it works. Look at my glowing face. But look at this. The doctors say feces contain a plethora of bacteria. Who knew, Pepe? Who knew? Viruses and parasites, including E. coli.
Feces are definitely not something you'd want on your skin.
Also has salmonella and helminths. What's a helminth? Helminths.
Helminths are parasitic worms. They can cause various health issues, so it's definitely something to avoid.
Okay, so the doctors say applying feces to your face can introduce these pathogens into your body through small cuts, abrasions, or mucous membranes, leading to severe skin infections or systemic illness. Why? Why do people do this, Pepe? What's wrong with humans?
It's a good reminder of why hygiene is so important.
Yeah, well, I'm leaving that behind. We're going to spin the wheel again, and it's come up on horoscope.
Horoscopes, huh? What's the latest horoscope saying for you?
Yeah, I'm going to read one to you if you don't mind. It says, chances are, this is me for today, Libra, chances are you feel upbeat and positive today. I do not. I feel the opposite of that. Share this energy with others who feel less than content. So I'm sharing my negative feelings with people on a podcast because I'm not upbeat, I'm downbeat. Your attitude can have a profound effect on friends. Well, no kidding. It says, if someone is hurt or angry, be encouraging. Well, that's good advice. Everything will eventually work out. No, it won't. If it worked out, I would have a money tree in my backyard.
It's true, but it's tough when things don't seem to be working out as hoped. A money tree would be nice, though. If only horoscopes could predict financial windfalls.
Okay, we've fallen on urine, and
a topic with some interesting stories out there.
Let's see here. Urine. Sudbury man throws cups of suspected urine at jail guard. Oh, that's no surprise.
Do they give any more details about what led up to this incident?
No. Okay, here's one for you. This is from the BBC, Pepe. It says that scientists are going to extract phosphorus from human urine. That is, we don't have enough of phosphorus in the world. I don't know what it's used for. Scientists are aiming to tackle a global shortage of phosphorus by extracting it from human urine as part of a new study. The study will see researchers at the University of Surrey collect 15 liters of urine from volunteers at toilets across the campus. I guess they're just sitting in there with a cup. Can you pee in here, please, and try not to pee on me?
Phosphorus is crucial for agriculture, as it's a key component in fertilizers. The idea of recycling it from urine makes sense given the shortage. And yes, it sounds like those researchers might need to be prepared for some interesting tasks.
So, Pepe, if you pee in your garden, that's why it's like fertilizer, is because of the phosphorus in your pee?
Exactly. Urine contains phosphorus, along with other nutrients like nitrogen and potassium, which are beneficial for plants. So, peeing in the garden can act as a natural fertilizer. Just be sure to use it sparingly to avoid overdoing it.
I also like to mark my territory for all the woodland creatures who think that they can come into my yard. No, I'm marking it.
That's one way to keep the wildlife at bay. Just make sure the neighbors don't get the wrong idea.
Yeah, they'll get used to it. The study says that they'll collect 15 liters and we'll run out of phosphate. The researchers say we'll run out of phosphate rock to mine within 50 to 100 years. Interesting. That will threaten our supply of fertilizers, making it harder to feed the growing global... I didn't know we were running out of fertilizer. We need that. We'll always need that. So it says that human urine alone could make up 11% of the world's phosphorus needs. What about poop? What's in poop, Pepe? What's in poop that makes it so good as a fertilizer? Nitrogen?
Yes. Poop is rich in nitrogen, along with phosphorus and potassium, which are key nutrients for plants.
But we're going to need urine for fertilizers because all the poop's going to go on people's faces.
That's a wild thought. Let's hope that trend doesn't catch on too widely.
It makes me wonder about sewage treatment plants. Should we be treating sewage or should we just shovel it into a pile and let it compost and use that as fertilizer? That's what they do with cows, pigs.
That's a valid point.
Hey, Pepe, thank you for joining me again this week. Everyone else, I'll see you soon, okay? I'll be back next week or so.
Sounds great, James.
Too much glue that I must buckle the jam. Too much poop all over the bathroom wall. Too much poop. It's not a podcast about poop, but it's somehow too much poop. Hope you're regular. Too much poop. Dying on the toilet. Too much poop. Spoil it. Too much poop. Again, not a podcast about poop. Too much poop. What? Too much poop. The man lives in a shed. Where does he poop? In a hole? Too much poop. Rate and review us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Come back next time.